New York City, right now as we speak, has the worst air quality in the whole world. As much as I love Dwayne Wade, as much as I love Gabrielle Union, to be honest, I wish they both would just take care of their family, take care of their business, and shut the up.
What's up, people? How y'all doing out there today? If Stephen A. Smith can come on with all that goddamn energy, then so can I. Welcome to the show. This is Lee Black, everybody. Welcome to a Wednesday's edition of Real Talk for Real Men. I am your host, Lee Black, and obviously I'm in a good mood today. I'm on the other side of Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? I had to cuss a few mofos out, but you know what? I got my drink. I'm getting ready to do my thing. If this is your first time visiting us, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are part of the TFG platform of shows. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook under TFG Ratchet, because it's going to get ratchet at times, but you might actually learn a little something as well. We don't just keep it all the way ratchet. We do what we do. We have one simple rule here at Real Talk. We're going to agree to disagree without being disagreeable, and that's how we get down. So this is a safe space, safe environment. We welcome guests to come on, and if you're popping in as viewers, I want to hear your opinions. We take care of those live too. We ready for all that smoke? Yes, sir. I got my host from M-Town in the place, Mig Mac. What's going on?
What's going on, Black?
Yes, sir. How you doing out there, baby girl?
Not as excited and as enthusiastic as you are, but I'm here.
Well, appreciate you, baby. So hopefully we're going to bring that energy level up, because I got an interesting topic and we're going to make it interesting. You know how we do. I'm always going to have a good show when I see my brother from Texas. What's going on, Brother Kendrick?
What's good, Black people? How we doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing all right, my brother. How are you this evening?
Oh man, it's all good in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you know what? I got my fam here. We hope some of the other family joins us. But you know what? I got some viewers, so we're gonna go ahead on and get this thing cracking. And if we have an intimate conversation between the three of us, or if this thing grows and blows into something even bigger, we're gonna do that too. So the topic of today's show, and this was something that I changed at the last minute. I had a different show planned, but I'm going with my gut feeling. Does old-fashioned advice, dating advice, still have value? And I always try to let you guys in on where the thoughts for these conversations come from. And I got Terrence. So Terrence, what's going on? Cuz I know you're gonna have some things to say on this. This came from a conversation I was having with my sister last night. We talked up until about 1:30 in the morning, and long story short, she was saying that basically I like to be in control, you know, because whenever I have, you know, them nasty, filthy, no good bitches over, and as if your first time watching, I like them nasty. Yes, I do. And when I have them over, I like to be in complete control of the situation. But my sister was kind of giving me a dose of truth that, you know what, that's not the way it really should be or always has been, and that maybe I might find something better than a nasty, filthy if I went back to some old school values. And it got us to talking about how dating used to be, you know, how you used to do things, and, you know, maybe the results was better. That's Candy from the candy shop.
What's
going
up,
on,
cousin?
sweetheart?
How you
Good
doing?
to see you, looking stunning there. And so I wanted to really just kind of talk about traditional old school dating values, and whether or not so much if they're outdated, do you think that they're applicable in today's dating scene, and would it work for you? This is an individual thing, and it just so happened I got two other single people on here. So even though it would be great to have the married couple and things like that, and certainly want to get their perspective, but for us single folks, this may just be a conversation we have amongst ourselves, because even though I know, Tasha, you're not necessarily looking right now, but I do want to get your input from a woman's point of view. Do you think that these things are applicable? Okay.
Okay.
Now, just in general, before we jump into some of the dating advice, the old school tradition, do you guys think that, just offhand, before we even get into it, do you think old school dating values and advice works today? And why or why not?
I think some of the traditional old school dating dudes, it still can work in these times. It's just that I think we're in a society where being single is sort of like the badge of honor. So dating, I mean, dating is not really that high on the priority list for a lot of single people. So doing it the traditional way, it can work, but you got to have somebody that's like-minded and thinking that they cool with that too.
Okay, I respect that. What do you say, McMack?
Well, I'm hoping that we're going to get into like some specifics, like examples, and then,
We are.
talk about those.
We are.
But I would say, yeah, more than likely, yeah, at its foundation, of the advice, if you were to strip it away at its core and what it's talking about in regards to men and women, of course you'd have to account for time being 2023. There are certain things that have changed. You just may have to just tweak it a little bit, add to it. But I do think that it is sound advice.
That's what I'm hoping. And obviously, with men being from Mars and women being from Venus, we damn sure ain't no closer. If anything, I think we're further apart. And so whatever's out there now, to me, it's not working. Mm-hmm. Now that the women are sitting on top of the throne, it's not working. Y'all in the workplace, y'all make money, y'all out there doing your thing. But I don't think it's made men and women closer. I don't think it, especially in African American community. I see the same old shit being rolled out under a new banner. So maybe it's time to go back and revisit some traditional things. And to your point, Tasha, maybe they need to be tweaked a little bit. And I'm going to examine this under the banner of what might work for me. So I hope you guys do the same. Let's jump right into this thing. And the one right off the bat, we kind of touched on this a few shows ago, that men should make the first move. A few weeks back, we did a show, and women, even on this show, agreed that, that it probably would work, if women made the first move, but they were resolute in that they're not going to do it for a variety of reasons. And so when I think about the old school value things, I want to examine this first one. The Candy Shop said, I think the old school advice works still. Women may be more active in work, but we expect the old school vibe. I love that. And I hope that that's true. And that's what I want to do, Candace. I want to peel back some of the layers and see if that thing is still in there. But what do you guys think about should men make the first move? Because that's obviously the way it used to be. That was the traditional way. What do you think about this? If we could go back to this, and is this applicable?
I don't think it's applicable, and I every situation is different. But on the surface, I don't think so. I don't think the men should be required to always make the first move. Because say for instance, take this for instance. What if you were at a event where it's a lot of people, and a woman that sees me that may find me attractive, but I have not seen her. I'm doing other things. So why shouldn't she get my attention? Because you know what I'm saying? So why should she wait for me to see her? I might not ever see her because I'm mingling and doing other things. So
let me ask you something.
It depends on the situation. I just think.
So in that same scenario, Brother Kendrick, so let's say if you're at that event and that woman sees you and she makes sure she passed by to see, let's say she gives you that ever so slight inclination, but waiting on you to still make the first move because that's the way it used to be. And I want to ask you, do you think relationships have a stronger foundation if it started that way?
I don't think so. I don't think it matters how we end up getting together. Me personally, I don't think it should matter who made the first move. Me personally, I don't think it's gonna be. It'll be a stronger foundation if I make the first move, or it's gonna be a weaker foundation if she makes the first move. I just think I don't believe in that. Me personally.
Okay, Tasha, what do you say to this one from a woman's point of view?
Yeah, I remember that show, and I do think that there may be a level of, just a little bit more seriousness if a woman were to make the first move. That's why I think this is one of those that the advice, maybe the man makes the first move in regards to being like intentional. You know what I mean? Like setting when you're setting that boundary that it's okay, it's official, we are dating, or this is what we're working towards, you know. But maybe this is one that I do think in 2023 it could be either, you know, like men or women making the first move. I think it's just more up to like that person.
Okay. Let me share a couple opinions here. The candy shop says, I'm for men making the first move. I may initiate by, say, liking a picture on social media, but I'm expecting him to reach out to me. She also says, at an event, I may make eye contact, but I feel he should make the attempt to approach me. Candace, I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. And I do miss those days where I don't have a problem with a woman. Let me know. I want you to make me notice you, because to Brother Ken's point, I might not see you. But I do miss the good old days when, as a man, I got the courage, the nerve to go up to make that first move, and it was receptive. I wanted to be receptive, of course, but I missed that time when, for me, I look back on my relationships, they were more solid when I made that first move and showed that true initial interest. Because for me, Brother Kenny, when a woman makes the first move, I'm flattered, and I might even get down, because why wouldn't I? You know, I'm programmed in my head not to turn free pussy down, you know. But if I make that first move, I just miss that good old the good old traditional values where the guy went out and actually did it. And to Candace's point, yeah, I don't like, even in today's dating environment, like my picture, you know, say something cute and leave it open for me. I still want to be the hunter for me, for me. And I just hate now that, to me, in this dating climate, we've been declawed because we can't know if we make that first move for fear of retribution, embarrassment, and all of those things. So I just miss that. I disagree with you guys in a sense, but you guys make valid points.
Oh,
Karen
yeah,
says,
yeah.
Go ahead, Brother Kenny.
No, I see your point. I think we look at it differently. I don't think there's a right or wrong.
Yeah, no, it's not a right or wrong.
Right. Me personally, I think insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting the same results. And I think when it comes to dating, you have to be open to maybe doing something a little different that may not be traditional, in my opinion.
I love it. I love it. And I don't disagree with that. You know, I just hearken back to and wish we could go back to those days. And I think it's applicable now. Again, to your point, you have to have somebody buy in. Karen says, women still want old school traditional values, but they don't want to be traditional women. You can expect to receive traditional values from a man, or you can expect to receive traditional values from a man if you're not going to be a traditional woman. Very, very good point. What's going on, Hannah? How you doing,
Hey,
sweetheart?
what's up, Hannah? How you doing?
And they can't say, Candy say, I'm for traditional values, but I don't mind help. We are both working. I can't be a homemaker and expect to take care of all the household duties.
Oh yeah, that's a whole
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna and Candace, we're gonna get into the financial end of it, because I definitely want to know you guys' opinion on that. Mr. Lamb, what's going on?
What up, Lamb? What is
absolutely?
What it do?
So let's move this thing along, right where she went, where it should go. The new dating era says men should always pay for the first date, but believe it or not, this is not a new value. It is actually an old school traditional value.
Right.
I have objected to this one vehemently, believe it or not, but it actually is more of an old school traditional value where men did pay for the date. You know, so I'm having to re-examine my thoughts on this. What do you guys say for this?
I definitely am traditional with that. I believe the man should pay for the first date. I think that's just the way I look at it. Even if the woman would actually ask me out, I wouldn't let her pay for the first date.
What about second date, third date, sixth date, seventh date?
Now if we get in the third and fourth and fifth dates, now it's become a little bit more exclusive. I think now we can, you know, it ain't always got to. It depends on what we're doing or who asks who. I think at that point you've gotten comfortable in your relationship exclusively that it doesn't matter who pays for the date at that point.
brother Lamb. She say Lamb always pay for our lunches.
Uh-oh. Well, there you have it. There you go.
For me, if I ask him out, I'll pay for the date, she says. What do you say to this, Tasha? Miss Toria, the super fan, welcome. She say, hello, family. Sorry I'm late. Just getting out the pool. Oh, that sounds so nice right there. And Candace say, she agree with you. She agree with you, Brother Kenny. You know?
Mm.
So
Well,
what do you say, Tasha?
I would say, as far as this is one, maybe they can always pay for like the first date. Maybe that one should be modified that way.
Okay.
I think that's
And
what,
then,
I thought that's what the question was. It was that wasn't the question.
No, just for the date. Yeah.
And that's why I extended it that what
Okay.
about date number 6? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe if you want to go with the, like the first date, maybe. And then after that, as you're getting to know each other, I think that's one of those that can be, changed up for 2023, that it doesn't always have to be the man. It doesn't always have to be something, like outrageous. I don't know if y'all are looking for somebody to spend $200, $500 on y'all on a second and third date. So,
So that's where, for me, I've had the issues with, believe it or not, it's not paying for the date. And I hope Tasha vouches for me in this sense. As much shit as I talk, I'm not a cheap person. I'm actually, very traditional in a sense when I'm out with women, that I don't mind picking up the check or things like that. I don't mind. I think what has scared me is that the new moderation of how, to your point, Tasha, what's considered a date, my God, because I don't have a black card. And if I did, I'm not spending it, like that. I don't mind a decent first date, but the overboardness, I'm not going to do that. But believe it or not, I don't mind paying for not just the first date. I don't mind paying for dates. I actually come prepared. I have the money. That's not the issue. I just need to know it's appreciated. That for me is my big thing. I have the money and I'm fully prepared to pay. I just need to know it's appreciated and reciprocated in other ways. Now, no,
what is the other way?
That's why. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. I know. I smiled when I said that, but I want y'all to know I am not talking about instant fucking. I'm not talking about that. Look, a trick. If we playing a trick game, then it is what it is. Then best man win. But I'm talking about a genuine date for somebody. This gonna blow y'all mind. That's the last thing I'm thinking about is sex. If it's somebody I really and truly like and I'm on a date, I swear on the souls of my two brothers, you know what's on my mind? If somebody I really like, I'm trying to get to know this person. Don't mind paying whatsoever, even for a couple of dates. When I say reciprocation, show me you appreciated it. It's my thing. Be an active participant. So where I have issues with this is what dating has become, and we could go down a rabbit hole, but I'm not. But where are we going? Are there a lot of distractions? Does it require me to? Because that is, for me, is where I kind of start to draw the line when it comes to paying. Things like that. When to get a couple of comments, man. These comments are coming in quickly. I don't want to miss any of them. Candace said a date could be a coffee date too. So yeah, you know what, Candace? If it's something simple, that's nothing to me. I wouldn't mind. It's when it get ridiculous. Candace, you are beautiful. Candace, she says you're beautiful. Candace says, I've never judged someone by where they took me, but the effort, we can tell who wants to smash. Absolutely. No doubt about it. Right. So yeah, I think that's very accurate. Let's see. I'm over at TFG Ratchet. Okay, I don't know where that's at.
I think Lamar.
Lamb says I agree. I don't date when I can't afford dates.
That's a good one. That's a good point.
Or maybe whoever pays for the date, they get to pick what is done too. Like they get to pick the activity.
Okay, so that's actually one of the things. So Tasha, actually, that is one of the things. So you believe whoever picks they should pick the place.
Yep.
Or pay.
Yep.
Whoever's
So
paying.
whoever's
Okay.
paying, you get to pick the date. That
That's
way you can't
interesting.
dictate anybody's, money and what they decide. You have a choice on whether or not you want to participate in whatever the date is. And
That's
whoever's the
true.
one paying for it, it's like, well, if they decide that they don't want to do it, I mean,
Then what? Well, then there's no date.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I see
This
that.
one came in at number 9, where it talked about, again, this being, believe it or not, older traditional value. Let your date do all the planning, but what it talked about on this one, how as a man, how it could be misconstrued that women know what they want now more than ever before, and now they're not silent. So now women are more apt to tell you that no, I don't want to do this or do that. So to your point, Tasha, are you saying then that if the woman says, well, I want to go to the aquarium, that's where I want to go, and we plan that date, and she's picked that place, who should pay?
She pays for it.
Because she picked the place.
She picked the place. Yeah.
What do you think about that, Brother Kenny? And that's why I'm listening to you. Lamb said that's standard any damn way. If I'm paying, I pick the spot.
But I can kind of see where Tasha's coming from, because if we've already been in conversation, I probably kind of already know what you like anyway. I would think that before we even go on a date, I kind of got a feeling what the woman wants, what she likes, and where, because that's what I'm gonna be asking. So, hey, what you like to do? Yada yada yada. So on the first date, if I'm playing in it, I'm cool with going because I know what she likes. I mean, that's the traditional way of dating. The dude, you kind of find out what the lady likes, and then you pay for the first date, and we can go where you go. But see, that's traditional. That may not be the thing to do now. But I get Tasha's point too. If Tasha likes the aquarium and she's paying, well, hell, we going to the aquarium. I get it.
I think it takes the pressure off of, like for men, you hear the argument, well, I'm not paying such and such amount, because the woman picked the restaurant or whatever, I'm not paying that. This is the activity, this is what we're gonna do, or this is where we're gonna go. I'm paying for it, so it takes it all off of it. You get to, you really get to direct it. And to Kenny's point, yeah, you get to, ask about their interest, but I think about it as a way for you to take an opportunity to kind of introduce something that you like. So then they really get to know you. So maybe take them on an activity that you like to do.
I do like that.
Yeah, I see that.
Lamb said the overall goal is satisfaction. And so to that point, Lamb, this is where I wish we could go back to that place where you're talking about, Kenny, though, because you know what people don't do? They don't ask what each other like anymore. They don't have that conversation because there is a great assumption now that let's go out to a club or go to a movie, when I guess if we spent more time saying, well, so what do you like? Remember those days when you actually had a conversation of, so tell me some things you like to do, and so have you been here? Have you been there? Oh no. So like you said, to your point, Tasha, I like that. If a woman says, you know what? Ooh, I want to go to the zoo. Now, I might not want to go to the zoo, but if that's what she suggests, I do like that idea that, maybe that's where she said, but this is go back to where I would feel a reciprocation too, that if she said, well, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's go to the zoo on Saturday. You know what? I got it. I'm paying. For me, that would go such a long way, to me to doing so much more, because now I would feel I'm being appreciated. And and I don't care if it's buying me an ice cream cone. I don't care what it is. Just show some level of appreciation for sure. So that's what Okay, what about this one? Your date should pick you up at the house. I want to ask you this, Tasha. I know what you're thinking, so go there.
No.
So you see no wisdom in this whatsoever in having a date, and I want to know why.
It's 2023. Men and women do not invite anybody over for like the first time without you like spending like any time with them as a first. Don't do that. Don't. It's just not. It's not smart to do that. It's not safe. honestly. And I'm not saying that in the sense that I do think, like everybody is, gonna hurt you. It's just not smart, just off the rip. You don't know who you're dealing with, so no. To Candace, yes, I'll meet you there. I'll meet you there. I may not even want you to really know like my general area of where I am, of where I live. I don't want you to know my neighborhood yet. So no.
Wow, wow, brother Kenny, what do you think about this
I
and
agree.
and everything she said? So you're
I
okay with
get
that?
it. Hey, let me say this: it ain't safe for us either to be picking y'all because men be getting set up too by women. So I'll be honest with you, I'd rather meet her there too because I done seen too many stories where dudes and got set up. The woman that had some goons waiting on them. So nah, I'm with that. Now we can meet there. I'm cool with that.
Okay. Mr. Lamb Liberty says first dates, no, but once you get to know them,
Oh
sure.
yeah,
You
definitely on
know,
down the line. But first, no, not
this
even
one
a second.
now this one I disagree with, and I have my reasons. I missed the time when you went to pick the woman up at her place. Guess what I want to know as part of me getting to know you kind of right off the bat, Tasha? I want to know what your environment is like. Where are you living? I want to now again, you're right. Let me say this for the record. You're right. And that's sad that that it's that way, that you have to second guess because of safety reasons. But I'm just saying, meeting me there, I want to see your environment. I really do. I want to see how you got ready, how you keep your apartment, how you keep your house, you know? And it's something for me that's very satisfying as knocking on a door, ringing a bell and saying, "Hey, are you ready to go?" And you invite me in for a few moments, because again, for me, that's something that I miss because these dressed up packages that meet you there, that's sometimes where the disappointment comes. They all dialed up and everything, and you realize they got a whole nother situation at the house that you don't know about. And those are things for me that's important. But I agree with what you're saying. I really do. It's just sad that, damn, that's one old school tradition that by virtue of the times we live in, what's going on, Charles?
Hey, what up,
That had
Charles?
that pretty much had to fall by the wayside. But I do miss actually picking somebody up. I miss being the one driving, and maybe that's the control freak in me. Miss pulling up and I'm driving. We getting in one car. Now I know that's fraught with so many other things that if the date go bad and you still got to take this bitch home,
Yeah.
But
Right.
I really do miss it.
Honestly, Lee, I do too. Because to
I
me,
miss it.
that is the true essence of dating, especially that first date.
Oh, that
When
he
you
said
go,
that.
you go,
It's just not a
yeah. I definitely miss that, but I'm gonna use logic over emotions and over what I miss.
That's why I agree with you,
These
Tasha.
days, I'm like, nah, I'm not. I can't.
And we heard it from a woman. I get it. That's why I say I
agree
get
with
it.
Tasha.
That's why I get it.
I agree.
Maybe on like by the third or fourth
Okay.
date, maybe
Right.
then.
No,
But the
that's what I said.
first date,
And that's what
no.
I say. Everything you said, but I want you women to understand something. Maybe there is something so innate in a man going to because what you don't know, there's butterflies in our stomach and
That's true.
we getting ourselves together and
That's true. Yeah.
you get to see us first. And I just missed that time when, before you got out the car, you chew some gum or pop the mint, and you gave yourself the once over, because this is gonna be you ain't go on a date now.
Mm-hmm.
And it just has taken something away from dating now that we can't do that for all of those reasons. Because to keep to your point, Tasha, where I fuck up is by the time we got to date number 3 and 4, I done already fucked this bitch.
Yes.
Now I don't care where she lives. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Oh, man,
Lamb says, I'll ask the real estate insider. He'll get me the address in my first 24 hours. I love it. You know what? But you know what's real?
Yeah.
You can Google somebody now and know all those things. So Candace says, like you, Tasha, maybe the third or fourth date.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But now, I'll be honest, if the person that you are messing with, it's not hard to get somebody's location anymore, especially when you get the metadata from the pictures that y'all be posting and sending and everything. they'll know where your address is. So
Yeah, that's true.
Candace, I'm gonna jump on my list because of what you said here. Candace said, "Well, we ain't smashing that soon." So I'll say, Gum stays in the car amongst other things. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready. So,
Yeah.
Candace, thank you for bringing that one up because guess what was an old school traditional way of doing things? That you don't have sex until at least the third date. Now, why it always was threes, I don't know,
Yeah,
but
I don't know
Candace
either.
said you ain't smashing in no time soon. Look, let's keep it honest. What do you feel about this? What do you feel about this? And I want to ask it in this context. Do you think if this was a hard and fast rule that women steadfastly held out, and I got to be date number 3 for whatever, that relationships would be off to a more solid foundation? I want to ask it in that sense from you as a woman, Tasha. If women really was across the board, no. You got to wait for X amount of days. And then Kitty, while she's answering, I want you to think about, would you respect the woman more if she made you wait?
no, it would not matter because all somebody's gonna do is just put on an act. They're either gonna try to get the dates over like really, really quick. If there's like a finite number that they know that they have to reach, like it's kind of like the rule, like, okay, well, at least by the third day, I know that this is what's gonna happen. No, that's why if you do it at the beginning, you just spring it on them. They sometimes they just don't know what to do. So.
See, your freaky loose ass. See, I know her. See, y'all gotta understand. I know her. I know her. Y'all gotta understand.
But no,
Tasha has always said that she don't want to be waiting because she gonna be disappointed if the shit ain't right.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, no, we can't wait that long. No, we can't. We can't wait like a long time. No. Because then, like, if I like you as a person, no, then we can't even be friends. So,
my God.
So what is a long time, Tasha? What would you consider a long time?
To be dating somebody and not have sex
before
with
you
them?
fuck, yeah.
What's a long time?
Yeah.
No, you give me the time frame, and I'll tell you if it's a long time. You tell me the time frame.
No, I'm the one. You the one on the bench. I'm asking the questions.
No. I'm saying, give me a time frame.
I got a time frame.
Give me a time frame.
I got a time frame.
I got one.
Go ahead.
And this is you are consistently dating, not just off.
And I was gonna give her a real one too. Go ahead.
2 weeks.
2 weeks? How many dates in 2 weeks?
Roughly, probably 6 dates in 2 weeks.
That's a long time. That's a lot of closeness. That's a lot of intimacy.
That completely blows my time
That's
frame.
a lot. Yeah, that's a lot of connection.
Damn,
we done talked on the phone. We find a FaceTime. No, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot of connection.
Oh, okay, got you. Okay.
Look, let me get some of these comments in there. Damn, I'm not even gonna mention the time I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking 6 weeks or some shit, but
that's a long time. That's too long.
Lamb say 3 strikes or you're out. Too old to be bullshitting around.
I heard that, Lamb.
Candace say for me, it may take a minute. In the past, I truly had to feel comfortable with you. I'm a freak.
Candace, you could have left that last part out.
No, I like what she said. She said after
I
time.
know, but that's my cousin. So I'm like, I ain't
see, you gotta take that out your brain. You can't put that.
I know.
You can't see that part. Charles said, I don't mind waiting. Just let me know what pace you want to go at, and depending on the woman. And this is where I want to go. Where you went, Charles. This is where I want to go in a second. Lamb said, that's why I don't want no more respectable women. I need a good slave. You a damn fool, Lamb.
Boy, you crazy.
You
bro.
is a damn fool, bro.
So wait a minute. A good woman, a good respectable woman can't just have like slut tendencies or slut qualities.
Right. Valid.
There you go. You go. I want to bring up Charles's comment because this is the conversation me and Sherry was having last night. Charles said, I don't mind waiting. Just let me know what pace you want to go at, and depending on the woman. And this is what I've been trying to say on TFG Tonight with Brenton Haynes, hollering at Miss Devin. Shout out, Miss Devin.
What up, Miss D? What up?
A man is going to take the path of least resistance. If I like you, I'll wait. If I really like you. So I know, Tasha, you said a guy putting on an act. Look, we do that too. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? If I genuinely like you and you set a standard and you let me know that's the standard and that's the rules I got to play by, those are the ones that ended up being girlfriends, believe it or not. Because you held the bar here and you said, this is not going to happen, and I need to get to know you first. If I like you, and especially if I'm falling for you even more, I don't mind waiting. To Charles's point, just let me know that that's the standard, and I'm willing to do it. And those are the ones for me that turned into relationships, because to Lamb's comment, that's what let me know that they were respectable, because yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now I need them, to Tasha's point, they can be respectable, but they damn sure got to have some slut tendencies as well. No doubt about that. Charles say 4 months. Now, I've never waited that long. She says she agreed with Charles. So, quick question before I move on to the next one. How long have you waited when you dated somebody? What's the longest you've waited before you actually had sex? Lamb says, no way, never. So Tasha, I'm saving you for last. I'm saving you for last because I do want to know. Kenny, what's the longest you've ever waited?
The longest I've ever waited for a smash.
Before you actually slept with somebody?
I think the longest it's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks, I want to say.
Really?
That's the longest.
Oh wow. Okay.
Oh, you thought it was gonna be shorter than that?
No, I thought it was gonna be longer. You know what I'm saying?
No,
you seem like the true dating guy to me.
And I'm cool. I'm like Charles. I would be cool if I'm digging a woman and I'm feeling you and I'm attracted to you and we get everything is vibing. I could wait. She just gotta let me know what's up. Like Charles say, as long as I know what's good, I can wait.
But the latest you have waited, so it's
been 3 weeks.
Okay.
Because I really only dated 2 women seriously.
Oh,
all the other ones I just was, smashing.
Okay.
And
that's what's up.
Miss
Tori says 6 months. Charles says, I have a plan and I don't mind the chase, but you're definitely getting slutted out.
You grooming the Charles? Is that what you're doing?
Charles said, once I get it, you getting slutted out. Candace says 4 months.
Yeah.
Now, the woman who became my wife, I had to wait 6 months. We was in a 6-month courtship. And you want to talk about burning up with fucking lust and desire.
All right.
So now the funny part about it is on our marriage night, if I actually have viewers who watch this. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But this ain't nothing to be ashamed of. On our marriage night, we did not have sex. We were literally exhausted. It was a long freaking day, the whole ceremony, all that stuff getting up, and we had a reception at our house that it was, now that next day for about 6 weeks straight, we fucked like rabbits. I would come home on lunch break. We fucked like rabbits. I know that house smelled like nothing but
please
Stop.
No, I don't mean that in a bad way because we were clean people. I'm just saying, but it was a lot of fucking because I had to do a lot of waiting, I'm just saying. And then, but now that was a married person. And then somebody else I dated. The story said that's too much. Y'all family shit. I'm telling y'all family some shit. Another person I fell in love with, I waited about 6 weeks because it was a long distance thing.
Damn, you did more waiting than I did.
I really did.
You're a bigger slut than I am, and you did more waiting. How the hell did that happen?
That's why I was expecting you to say something so much longer. You know what I'm saying? Lamb says, so you're not screwing anyone else in the meantime as you're waiting 4 to 6 months. Guess what? In these instances, no. That's how I knew that this was something special, though, too, Lamb, because I found myself like, you know, and it wasn't even a conscious thing that, oh, I'm gonna wait. It's like she had my eye. That was it. This was a situation where all I wanted to do was talk to this person every day. The last voice I heard going to bed and the first thing I hear in the morning, you know, this wasn't the days where you could FaceTime and all that kind of shit. But, you know, I went about my day, but I wanted to end my day with, well, so what did you do? And fall asleep. And so that person had my everything. They had my attention, you know, to where I did it. And I got teased even, not the marriage of my wife, the another woman I'm talking about in Dallas. How she, you know who I'm talking about? I got teased. I got teased. They was like, oh shit, she got you locked up. You know what I'm saying? You know, you hear all the stuff from your friends like, oh shit, Black ain't doing nothing, you know. Oh, she got your ass, your nose wide open. But that was back in them days where if you really got me, you know what I'm saying? You know, Lamb.
I could do that.
Lamb
now.
say a half a year wasted.
Half a year wasted.
No, Lamb. She ended up being my wife.
Yeah, but you know what, Black? So I could do that now. I think people, I could do that right now. If I met the one,
now I can even easier now.
Yeah, it's easier now. I definitely would say that, and it's about self-discipline. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
And I'm loving what Charles said. He said consistently dated. I've waited 6 or 7 months, and to me that even proves no. But me and Charles, I think we share kinship in that sense. That
I do.
If you're consistently dating, because if I like you, I'm getting other things. I'm enjoying your company. And I'm honestly not thinking about the sex part of it. I'm anticipating it, but that's what I miss about actually dating somebody, because I miss all of the little intricacies of seeing that person going somewhere and then she going and me thinking about her. Now, again, I forget who said it. Charles said it. Once I get that pussy, oh, I'm definitely going to slut it out now. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, but yeah, leading up to that for sure, you know. Okay, here's another one. And it's kind of similar, but it's different. Don't kiss on the first date. Now, take first date out of it. Because for me anyway. What do you think about this? About kissing? Number one, I want to ask y'all views. How do you view kissing? How do you even view kissing? Before we get there, Lamb says you could have an accident and be paralyzed from the waist down at the 5-1 mark. Can't take those chances.
Lamar, you know what, Lamb? You need to
he tripping. Right now. He's tripping.
I don't know what you're doing over there, but he
is tripping. He thinking about the worst case scenario and shit.
I'm like,
and to be sitting in the wheelchair, angry as a motherfucker that he didn't fuck.
I'm like, really? Come on.
Charles say sex is easy. Sex is easy. Pussy ain't hard to find. The connection makes sex so much. Charles, my brother,
that's grown.
My brother,
right there.
You.
That's
I agree with you, my brother. That's what I'm talking about, and that's the ones that turn into girlfriends. But how do you view kissing? How do y'all view kissing? And I'm not talking about a peck. I'm talking about passionate kissing. How do you view kissing, and where do you place this the importance of this in dating scenarios?
That's very important.
Okay.
And for me, I'm a kisser. I am a kisser. I do if I'm especially like if it's somebody I like, then yeah, full on makeout sessions, heavy, yes. So even like on the first date, that tells me a lot about you.
Wow.
That tells me a lot.
Hold on, but you said even on the first date.
Yeah, like if you just
you kiss on the first date.
So you kissed on the first
Definitely
date.
kissing on the first date. Yeah.
Tasha, what won't that mouth do? I'm just kidding. I'll just keep.
Bring world peace. Shit, that's what I won't do. I didn't. Oh, and I didn't answer the last question either. As far as how the longest I've waited, it'll surprise you. But as you were sitting there talking about it, I really had to think about it. It was 3 months. That was the longest.
Oh,
it was 3 months. Yeah.
I gotta hear. Okay, so how for you? What was the circumstances that it took 3 months before y'all had sex?
He was my first, so yeah, it took that long.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay,
Gotcha.
I got you. Definitely. Okay, so Tasha said kissing is even on the first date.
Very important.
Candace said kissing is very intimate. Candace, I would love to know, where do you place kissing then when you're dating somebody? Do you kiss on the first date? You know, if it's intimate, when does that happen for you? Lamar says, I can do without it.
Man, read his next one though.
He said, Lamar said, I can do without it. Charles said, kissing is for that special person. It gets everything going. Charles, man, you should be you killing it tonight for me, man. Me and you on lockstep. Terrence said, very important because kissing can lead to fucking.
Kissing always leads to
kissing
fucking.
Always leads to fucking. It always leads to fucking. Lamb says, I prefer to eat the cat instead of kissing on the first date, even.
Damn. No.
That dude, Lamar.
Now to Lamar's point, I could do without that. I would much rather kiss you than eat my pussy. So.
Okay.
Wow. This is very interesting. Kenny, what about kissing for you? Candace said no on the first date. No on the first date.
I ain't big on kissing unless I'm really in a deep, intimate relationship with you. If I ain't in no, I ain't trying. I mean, I ain't trying to be no intimate kissing with nobody until we exclusive or something like that. Outside of that, I'm cool on that.
But so in those instances where you were dating, at what point does it come up for you? First date, or
it definitely ain't the first date.
Okay.
No. I mean, it after a couple of times we done probably smashed. Then we kissing and all that. Yeah.
Wait, after you've had sex with him, then you'll kiss him? What the fuck?
Yeah, I peck him. No, don't get it twisted. No, when I say I'm talking about the tongue down the throat, I'm not doing that right off the top. We could peck and whatever, but until we just really intimate like that, I'm not doing no intimate kissing.
Lamar, you crazy, man. He says, as we get older, take a look at folks' teeth on the backside. Harder like a motherfucker. These mouths is nasty.
Man, Lamb, you off the chain.
Crazy.
But in that sense, he ain't lying. He ain't lying in that sense. Pamela Michelle, welcome to the show. She says, wow, I love
Pamela. I like kissing too. I like kissing too, but it has to be somebody that I'm really,
And I was pleasantly surprised to see this one in there separate from sex, because I agree with what you said, Candace. Kissing is so intimate, and Charles would say that too, that for me is reserved to somebody I'm truly attracted to. Now, to Brother Lamb's point, I'm quicker to eat your pussy and your ass and suck your toes and all that shit too before I kiss you in the mouth. Because
I can't rock with y'all on that.
Hold on.
I'll let y'all have that.
Because hear me out. Me out. Lamb is correct. Mouths can be very nasty. Mouths can be,
and booty holes can't.
Now, okay, so now I'm not gonna eat a booty hole if it ain't clean. If Tasha's killed herself. So my thing is, from my experience, some of these mouths is dirtier than an asshole or a twat.
Oh, okay, all right.
So I'm with Lamb on that part, and so much so that even if I'm about to get my dick sucked, I'm looking at their teeth, because I'm wanting to see. You can't have no bumps and shit around the head of my dick. So I need to see that your teeth and your breath smells okay. That's a whole other conversation. But kissing is intimate, and the truth of the matter is, I have not kissed a woman and going on 8 years. Going on eight.
You
You
might have
talking about
forgot
like
about it. If you don't
you talking about like a
lose
real
it.
intimate
I'm talking about a real
kiss?
intimate kiss.
Oh, okay.
Kenny, like you said,
it's been a while
yes.
for me too.
Yeah, pecking, yes. That's why I appreciated what you said. Yeah, you know, you got to fake the funk, you know, to do the little pecking part, the kissing them and everything, you know, to get to the to make them feel like, you know, you kind of into it. But you know, then you get around the mouth, you know. But I haven't actually kissed a woman in close to 8 years because it hadn't been that kind of attraction.
Intimacy,
you know,
and all that, right?
And so I knew, this wasn't somebody I was like, oh man, I'm really feeling her. I was feeling enough to fuck, but not to kiss. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know. Now,
Terrible.
Pamela says just brush before. Therein lies the problem. Pamela, I guess the kind of women I deal with, you know, they come in and they smoke a blunt, they suck some dick, and it used to be a time where they used to ask for your mouthwash. So I used to have a separate mouthwash, you know, in the bathroom and a rag sitting out because I didn't want them to use my mouthwash. These bitches don't even ask for mouthwash no more. They first of all, they don't drip or drop. It's nothing. They'll have your dick and squeeze every last driplet out of it, and then stand up, and they don't even ask for a mint. They'll look at you and ask you if you got any more to give. Bitch. And I'm sitting there, bitch, I'm dry. You know, I ain't got nothing else for you here.
Cancer.
I'm just saying. You know? Well, I'm just
Jeez.
answering. Lamb says, I get grossed out now with the whole kissing with an open mouth. I be pecking the shit out of their lips. Damn, that spit. You know, Lamb, you got the ones that even want you to spit in their mouth. You know,
you just got to learn the art of kissing. Kissing shouldn't. I mean, people don't really know how to really kiss. That's probably.
I was gonna say that, Kenny. That's what I was gonna say. Is I think sometimes some of the hangups is the people just don't know how to kiss.
That's it. Yeah.
I don't disagree with you. And so because I don't think people kiss anymore. That's why I said nobody. They don't require kissing and fuck no more. If you peck on their neck and stuff.
If ladies make these men, if you gonna give them some pussy, make them kiss you and make them kiss you right. Don't be out here just I
don't think they listen to you because they just don't require it, and then you can't kiss every spot. The back of some of these bitches' ears smell like their ass. You know what I'm saying? So,
you already in the middle of it. You might as well just continue on.
You gonna go down there anyway.
Lamb said, if I'm gonna catch something, it's gonna be from your pussy, not from your mouth. Oh Lord, you know. Charles said, if you mind, I'm kissing and licking whatever you want. That's different. And I truly miss that. That you know, when I could unleash and be unfeathered, you know. Pamela said, that's right. No kissing, no cooking.
I hear you, Miss Pam. I know that's right.
Thank God, Miss Pamela, they ain't listening to you and Tasha. Thank God that they are not listening to y'all because you can damn sure get the cookie. Okay, we're closing in, but I wanted to bring this one up too. There's a couple of them like avoid discussing serious topics, and you know, you can probably see the value in that. But I want to look at this one right here. Men and women can't be friends. And the reason why I want to bring that up is because what if you date someone and the date doesn't lead to the magic moment? For you, does that mean now you can't have a friendship? Because you've dated that person. And I'm not talking about just one bad date. But let's say ultimately you discover through dating that it plays out that, you know what, this is not good for us. You know, can y'all be friends? Because according to the old traditional values, that's what they're saying.
You can go, Tasha, if you don't.
Or so it's somebody you've dated, you never had sex with them? Is that what you're getting at?
It doesn't specify. It says in the world of old-fashioned dating, if it didn't work out with someone you have been romantically interested in,
okay, then
or consider dating, but it says or consider dating,
okay,
you couldn't just be friends with them. But in the modern world, you see friendships develop between men and women all the time, regardless of previous romantic feelings. So I just want to know your views on this. Like you and I, we're best friends.
Right. No, I know. I believe that
But at the same time, we've never dated.
Exactly. But I do believe that men and women can be friends even if they dated. Like, let's say they casually dated, went out on a few dates, and it is something like, you're like a cool person, but I just don't see you like that. And if they're open and willing to be friends with you, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay. What do you think on that one, Brother Kendrick?
I totally agree with Tasha. I can say that for me, that all the women that I have dealt with, I can still be friends with them. I don't have a problem. But it's, sometimes the other person they may not want to do the friendship thing. But me personally, I don't see why you can't still be friends with someone that it didn't work out. I mean, as long as y'all was cool with each other when it ended, why can't you still be friends? I don't get that, but that's just me.
Lamb says, I don't need no more friends of the opposite sex. Pamela says, if I see them on the street, I would be their friend. I would call them.
Yeah.
Lamb said, it can't be done, but I think the fella is always going to hold out hope that at some point you're going to want to be gracious and toss him a piece of pussy.
Nah, that's not always true, Lamar. Nah, because
what if
of them. Nah, for me, I can tell you, it's a few of them that, I ain't got to get they ain't got to give me no ass no more. We still cool, and I ain't trying to get none from them.
Well, Lamb, I wouldn't phrase it that way, so I don't look at it as being gracious, but yeah, for me, if we've been romantically involved, I feel like the door is always open for me to get that pussy. And again, being that we have a familiarity with each other, she better not slip up, or I'm gonna get that pussy because she know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. And Lamb said, if you're attracted to them, so yeah, I got good ex-friends. You can't poke the bear. You cannot poke the bear. I got one of my good friends who wants to come up here next month to celebrate her birthday. And whether she's watching this right now or she sees it later, here's the thing.
We always go here.
I'm just being so serious here. To Lamb's point, that there's rules to this game because we have been together. So it's like I'm not looking to do nothing. So my thing is, you sleep out there, I'm gonna sleep here. But we ain't buddy friends and shit that you think you gonna crawl in bed with me, and I ain't gonna reach over in the middle of the night and rub that pussy and pull them legs back. It's just like, Tasha's my best friend. We couldn't sleep in the same bed. We plan on going on a cruise together.
Ain't a fucking thing gonna happen. I can guarantee.
You might, and that all might be true,
happen.
but you're not gonna put yourself in that. I'm not gonna put myself in that situation with you, because to Lamb's point, I'm gonna hope I catch you slipping. I'm gonna hope I catch you slipping.
That's it. Okay.
You look at you. You look
at
slow
down, R. Kelly.
That is
slow
not
down,
right.
R. Kelly. Okay, slow down.
That's why, again, me and her literally plan on taking this trip together. And again, as long as we got separate beds, and everything. And again, you wear some unrevealing stuff. You come bringing your ass to bed with that ass showing, and you think I ain't gonna at least put out a bid on that ass. I think it's gonna be rubbing together just like this.
you gonna be looking like Birdman.
No.
Looking like Birdman.
Pam said,
crazy. He ain't that crazy. He ain't that crazy.
Tasha, we went on. Remember, we went to homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I slept in another room.
Yeah.
Do you know why?
Why?
I had been drinking. I was horny, and again, I don't even want to put myself in that situation.
You would have got your feelings hurt.
Probably, but
physically
that don't mean if I wouldn't have tried.
Right.
And physically hurt.
Maybe, and that's why again, It's rules to this game. That's what I'm saying. But again, you can't poke the bear. You cannot poke the bear. So I agree with Lamb in that sense, because again, but I don't call it gracious. My thing is, if I catch you slipping, you know, who knows? I might catch you on that right now where you feel like it's a dick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. God.
So you know, girl, come on.
I can guarantee you no.
Ain't nobody gonna tell. You know,
I can guarantee you no.
The Lamb says you gotta be gracious, Tasha.
No, not me. No, I ain't got to do another fucking thing.
Welcome.
What's up,
Lamb said,
Jay?
catch a slipping. Exactly, catch a slipping and slip in. But on a serious note, I think you can be friends, but again, there's rules, that protect the friendship so it doesn't go to a place that's uncomfortable. On a serious note, Charles, say your facial expression.
You're right. Yeah, y'all off the chain. I want to say something about that first kiss on the first date thing real quick. Because going back to, I know we were talking about tradition and whatever, because traditionally women was told to never kiss on the first date. Is that actually true, Tasha?
That is what was taught. Like once upon a time, you do what, like maybe like a kiss on the cheek or something. But
Right.
then there was a shift though for certain generations where it was the first date kiss, that moment of the guy dropping you off. So I think it's just changed over different generations.
Okay. I'm still in that I literally haven't kissed a woman in close to 8 years, and I just think to y'all point, I think the art of even kissing has been lost. Kissing is not even done anymore. I don't think, for passion and intimacy. It is to get to that next step.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you kiss just enough to get to the goodies or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've seen quite a few lips out there that sure look kissable. It's a few that I've seen. I'm like, yeah, she could swallow my lips right now if she wanted to.
Now here's the last thing I'll say on that. Now we're gonna cover one more topic. Is now the irony is it's hard to find a woman that's a good kisser though too. It's hard to find a woman that's a good kisser.
Most of the women that I've kissed have been pretty good kissers.
I had to teach them, but go ahead, Tasha.
Okay.
I was just gonna say that's because you won't kiss them. Shit, then they ain't got nobody to practice on. Y'all sitting around here with holes and shit, so they ain't got nobody to practice on. So,
and there might be some truth to it, but it's just I just I don't know. Last one I'm gonna cover in the interest of time: seeking the approval from your date's parents. I already think I know the answer, but I want to ask it in this vein. Take parents out of this, because this was the old school approach. But how much value do you place on, as you're dating someone, getting the approval of your inner circle? I'll say it that way. Does it matter, or it has no value at all? And that's because I know we, even as men, we have our boys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And when you're dating somebody, and you're gonna at some point like, yeah, this is my girl, blah blah blah. Does it matter to you getting the approval of your inner? So it might not be parents. A lot of us and grew up with parents in a home like that. Does that matter to you?
As far as the inner circle, because I think
does that matter to you?
Nah, never have. Nah. I mean, if they they met or whatever, regardless of what they were saying, that I didn't really give a ish what my inner circle thought. I was dating her because that's who I wanted to date. So I wanted them to be cool with her. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
My thing is, I wanted her to be cool, be comfortable around them. But at the end of the day, though, if I was digging her, I was going to date her regardless of what my inner circle thought.
Okay. Tasha, Lamb says it's fun to see how they vibe, but opinions mean nothing at all.
I agree. Yeah.
I guess approval in the sense of not like a yes or no. Approval in the sense of, like, do you get like do you like this person? What's your initial reaction? Do you think that this is like a genuine person? More of like an evaluation like that, but not that no, I take that back. Maybe even a little bit of, do you think that this person and I, like, do you see something there? I would want, like some sort of input there, because often it's the outside looking in that may see something that you don't get, that you don't see, that you miss.
Okay.
Um,
That for me is where it's at. Now I agree with you, Kenny, in the sense that I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do anyway. But there has always that one person whose opinion I respect enough, that I do want to know what they think. Now that don't mean I might stop dating the person, but to Tasha's point, yeah, I want a different pair of eyes on it to help me see if this is genuine, if this is real, is this good? Do we vibe well? To Lamb's point, what that vibe even looks like from afar, because I do worry that I'm so up close to it that maybe I can't see everything I need to see. So there's always somebody that I'm gonna go to, like to touch on, not for approval, but so what do you think?
What do you think? Yeah, definitely
think?
not for. I get, I definitely, yeah. It's not approval. You right, Tasha,
right?
And Black.
Yeah,
No, I definitely don't care about you. I ain't looking for your approval, but I do value. Like, okay, do you think this person got a good energy? We vibe together. What is your thoughts on that? Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
That for me. Go ahead, Tasha.
I want to just add one more thing. Now, for me though, as far as like parents, it might sound crazy, but the only like parent for me that I would really, want to know, like, if they got a good feeling from them would be my dad. My mom, my stepmom, no. I mean, they're gonna have their opinions anyway, but like my dad, like, do you think, like, what do you think? You think he's gonna be able to like take care of me, kind of deal?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I
I like that. Again, I didn't grow up with a father, and I damn sure wasn't asking Eloise Young's opinion, because she hates everybody.
But I would say this: my mother, she was definitely right about one person that my mom,
really?
she was. Yeah, mamas always know. I'll be honest.
Now you know what?
Most of the time, mamas know. My mama,
you know what?
She was right about this one particular person. I definitely can say that. For sure.
I ain't gonna lie and say that mamas don't know, but yeah, you got some good points there. Let me read a couple of comments and we'll get out of here. Lamb says they don't know hell. We all going through crazy experiences trying to figure it out. I think you need to figure your own stuff out rather than giving advice. I respect that. Lambs, I feel the same about parents. Miss Demi J says, be careful and choose wise counsel. Absolutely.
Definitely.
So that's why it's got to be somebody I respect.
Right.
Lamb says a good high five or head nod from a homie is cool, especially if she real fun.
Yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
He says, I hate when girls rely heavily on heavily on their dad's opinions when their dads are known cheaters and abusers. Now, I experienced that firsthand. Lamb, and that was one of the reasons why this same person that I was in love with in Dallas, why it didn't work out, because she was a daddy's girl and daddy wasn't shit. But her dad's opinion mattered to her, and so yeah, we went down a nasty road.
Now he may not have been shit to you, but to her, he may have been.
He was everything to her.
That's why I said you got to define that, because our son's like, well, he ain't shit, but that's her daddy. So even though he had flaws, she probably thought he was he could make the world.
Well, here's the irony: is that she put so much stock in what he thought, and he ended up breaking her mom's heart. And she even concluded that she had put way too much faith in him. You remember the movie Love and Basketball, and you remember how Quincy got all twisted when he discovered she really lived through that, because she held her dad on this pedestal, and to discover that you're telling me about who I should be with, and you out here doing your thing.
You're out here doing your thing,
And not that I knew that ahead of time. I had no pre-knowledge of that. But my thing, what it was that I didn't like the fact that you're seeking your dad's approval on our personal matters. And so my thing was, I ain't fucking your father, I'm fucking you, And so your dad's gonna cost you a relationship, and ultimately it played a major part in it, and us going our separate ways. So
man, that's a whole nother show, man.
it really is.
A father's role in their daughter's love life, because I
So
have a daughter, and I can tell you that can be a challenge. I'm sure Tasha can speak on that too.
that almost
speaking of
was
her
tonight's
relationships.
topic. Tasha gave me a subject that it really the show that was really planned was daddy's little girl versus a mama's boy. And I had done the research and everything, but this one just jumped out at me, and so Tasha gave it. So that really was supposed to be tonight's show, because we were going to look at the character traits of both sides of that, and put them under the microscope. That daddy's
topic.
girl,
That's a good topic.
Tasha gave me that, so we'll have to explore that. Demi J says leave and cleave. I was always on my own.
I don't know about that one. I know that's what they say, man, but that's up for debate, Miss Demi. That's just my opinion.
That's why we do the show. So anyway, we've come to the end of another good episode. Had a little fun. I hope we explored a few topics to make you think, if more than anything else. We had some fun, but I do hope that this opened the door to make you think a little bit about dating. And what that looks like. I know for me, whenever I do these shows, I'm able to process it, and I get something out of it to take a look at myself in the mirror and maybe see if I can make some small incremental improvements. So what do you guys want to say as we close out? Anything?
I think dating, I think we're so quick to throw out the old, because we think the old is outdated, and I can get that, because we do need to evolve from some of the traditions, because sometimes what worked back then, it definitely doesn't work back now. But hold on to some of those traditional values and things that we did, because some of that stuff, it stands the test of time, just like music. We can play some of the best music is still played today that was recorded 40, 50 years ago. So don't throw out all the traditional values in dating, because some of it actually works.
I agree. Tasha, what do you want to say as we close, sweetheart?
No, I think Kenny nailed it. It ain't all bad advice. There was obviously something that was done better, because they have, despite what a lot of people think and their views on marriage and everything, there are a lot of people who've been married for a number of years by doing a lot of these. So just take it and let's just, add a little twist to it.
Lovely way to end it, for sure. I want to thank everybody for tuning in this Wednesday hump day, especially some of the new lights. Demi J, always great to see you for sure. Charles, my brother, you was killing it tonight. I appreciate you so much. The super fan, Miss Toria, Pamela, Michelle, please come back to check us out anytime. I love to have you on the show. Candy from the Candace Shop, sweetheart. You always got an open invitation. You know this. Pamela, Michelle, appreciate you for coming in. And Lamb, my bruh, you off the chain.
He was bringing a comedy. He was bringing a comedy.
You off the chain, my brother.
Yes,
so
sir.
for sure. As Demi J said, I'm disappointed with the dating scene right now, but in due time, I feel exactly how you. And that's why, Miss Demi J, I'm doing these type of shows, because I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to find my place in it, I feel like we're doing double dutch, and they're turning, and I'm trying to figure out where can I jump in a game that's already going, so I'm trying to find my place to where I can get in, because I am getting older. I'm looking for something. I'm still trying to figure that out, so that's why I'm doing these shows. This is very therapeutic for me. Pamela says, thank you. You all have a good night. Thank you so much. Please come on back, invite friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe, like the show, comment. Appreciate you. And you can find shows just like this and better under TFG. Check us out. TFG Ratchet, TFG Uncut. Check us out. Appreciate you, Miss Demi J. So
thank you, Miss Demi J.
So we'll continue to do topics like this, because for me, this is medicine for my soul. Terrence, appreciate you, nephew.
All right.
Have a great rest of your
week.
Thank
you, Terrence. Appreciate it, brother.
And this balances me out from all of the other stuff I have to deal with. I don't know if you guys have seen my moment today, but if you haven't, check it out.
Yeah, if you haven't, a moment with Lee Black, go make sure you check out that today.
So, oh my God. Anyway, folks, guess what? We're on the other side of hump day. Once we wake up, we got this week on the run. So I enjoyed you. I love you. I appreciate you all for tuning in. Thank you. You're my family. You're my friends. You're my everything. You keep me sane. Be good to each other. Always keep it real. Peace out. Everybody have a good evening.
Peace out.